that you have in mind when you think that literacy provides access as a form of cultural capital. So when he teaches people to read and write, he does it by reference to the kinds of social situations in which reading and writing can be important for exercising power or gaining access to influence. The kind of work that American critical literacy advocates do with non-literate or only partially literate American citizens or new immigrants reflects the same value system. So they will learn to read and write by studying leases, apartment leases, for example, or by learning to write letters of complaint to landlords who have neglected to repair leaking pipes or broken windows, where the learning to read and write is correlated with the ability to represent yourself within the public discourses that are important to one's quality of life. So that's an illustration of how you make decisions about what literacy means in order to make decisions about the kind of pedagogy that you're going to rely on in order to work with people who are seeking to gain literate competence. Where we really cross ourselves up educationally is by imagining that if you teach the basic technical abilities in a vacuum, you open up all of these other possibilities, whether they are self-fulfillment or literary sophistication or political engagement. You don't do anything of the kind. If you think that that's what you're doing, then you're really misrepresenting what literacy is and misunderstanding. You're doing a disservice really to students if you imagine that that's that just giving them those fundamental competences opens everything else up. So if you have a program of study that is only focused on word attack skills in reading or on grammar drills in writing, you're not telling students anything at all about the discourses within which their literacy can make a difference for their lives. And we have to wonder at the political motivations of decisions that restrict what we mean by literacy to these very basic kinds of technical competences. In other words, what role does education have in constituting the social hierarchy in the first place? Do people who only have high school degrees achieve as much socially speaking, typically now and generally, as people with college degrees? If you want to work as a corporate executive in an area of our economy that involves sophisticated decision making, what are the odds that you're going to be able to do that with a high school education? Now, literacy instruction parallels other kinds of instruction through the educational system of this or any other society, and we actually use the differentiated levels of education as a form of placement within the social structure, including the economic structure. And